Good morning, everyone. So this is Manoj Kumar handling the exception classes. So in the yesterday class, we have discussed about what is exception and what are the types of exception and two important concepts. One is nested try and multiple catch statements. So today we will discuss the remaining three. So remaining three keywords apart from five keywords there are for the exception: try, catch, throws, and finally. So in the yesterday class, we have gone with the basic try and catch as well as advanced version of try and catch, that is nested try and multiple catch. And today we will discuss the remaining three keywords, that is throw, throws, and finally. So throw. So you keep in your mind, you have seen what is the try and what is catch. So what the try block, try will all, it is a block which consists of code which produces an error. So what type of error we are discussing? It is a runtime error. So the code which produces a runtime error is placed inside the try catch. At the same time, when this particular statement which contains an error is executed, so you are getting an exception. So that exception is should be thrown to the display screen for the user. So in order to throw the exception that is caught, so as you are going to have inside the try, so you are going to throw an exception and that will be catched by catch block which is outside the try statement. So where this throw will come inside the try only. So when the exception is there, then that particular exception will be thrown. So thrown, and that will be caught by the catch block. So that's why we are going to use the word throw inside the try block. It is used to explicitly throw an exception. So where the exception is occurred, so it is occurred in try block. So from the try block, you are throwing an exception out of the try block. Okay, so we have been, so far we have been catching the exception that is thrown by the Java runtime. However, we can also throw a statement. So usually in the previous programs and all, Java runtime is Java runtime, that is JRE. You are familiar with JDK and JRE, right? So JRE was supposed to throw an exception that can be catched by the user. But however, it is possible for your program to throw an exception using a throw statement. So where the throw statement will come, throw will come inside the try block. Keep in your mind, throw will come inside the try block. So then only the catch statement which is outside the try block can catch the thrown exception. Okay, so a syntax that will be giving it as throw new throwable instance. So what is this throwable instance means what type of exception you have caught. So that is the throwable. Example, we have in the previous we have seen arithmetic exception, array index autocount exception. Similar to that, now that is called as a throwable instance. So throwable instance is a type of the exception. So that we call it as throw. That is the example we are considering here. So above is the syntax and below is the example. So here you are giving thrown new arithmetic exception message. Okay, so which are the points? So when you are going to create, if you're going for a throw statement, so if you are creating an exception that is to be thrown, okay, so that particular object or an exception that is to be thrown must be an object of class throwable. Keep in your mind, if any exception na throw ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ throw of e, you will be taking it as throw of e. What is this e? Is the exception. So for that, e is an object, so that should come under the class throwable. So you have to keep in your mind, the object throwable instance should come under the class throwable or subclass of throwable. When the exception is thrown, so any other statements which is after the throw, it will not be executed and will be stopped. As you encounter a exception in try block, that exception is been thrown. That exception is been thrown. So you have to stop the execution of that. So in order to stop the execution, you are going to have the throw statement. If no matching catch is found, then default exception handler halts the program and prints the stack trace. So following program will illustrate what is the demo of the throw function. So first inside the throw demo, you are going to have a member function. So that member function, we call it as a class, so or a method. So here we are going to consider static void demo proc. So demo proc is one of the method. So another is main method what you are going to take. So inside the demo proc, you are going to have a try statement. So what you are going to try? So inside the try, you are going to throw an instance or an exception. So that we call it as throw new null pointer exception demo. So where the throw should come, throw is an exception that is been thrown from the catch. So always the throw will come inside the try block only. That is to be catched by the catch exception. So inside that try, you give throw null pointer exception demo, and that is to be catched by the catch clause. So catch clause will come after the try block. So when what is to be catched, what is being thrown is the concept what is to be catched. As you throw null pointer exception, the concept what you have to catch is null pointer exception with an exception object E. So when you catch this particular thrown exception, you are going to print the caught inside demo proc, and now you are going to throw this particular E. That means here already it is thrown. So inside the tray it is thrown. Again you are going to throw that particular exception E. That is, we tell it as re-throw the exception. It may be there or may not be there. Okay. So once it is thrown, it can be finished. So once it is thrown, that particular thing should be catched here. So there is no necessary that you should throw the same exception again. Okay. So it is an exceptional case why they have rethrown the exception. So where if it is rethrown, so where it is been thrown? It has been thrown from the demo proc function to main function. Okay, so inside the main function, now the exception from demo proc function is being passed to main function. It is similar to what return the function return statement. So throw. So when you give return where from the user defined function, it will go for the main function. Similarly, when you throw an exception from user defined function, that is demo proc, it is been considered for main function. Now come for the main function. Here again you give it as a try with demo proc with a. So when you execute the demo proc, so inside now the demo proc, now it's again throwing a null pointer exception here, and that will be catched here. So how many times the catch has been there? So once you call this demo proc, once again it is throwing an exception, and once it is thrown, it will be catched here. So once it is rethrown here, it will be catched in this particular exception. So how many times it has been catched? It has been catched 2 times. That's why we tell it as system.out.println record. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ you start with a main function. So inside try, you take it as demo proc. So the cursor or control transfers from main function to throw demo class. So where it contains demo proc. So ಇವಾಗ demo proc ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ train ಅಲ್ಲಿ you are under try, you are throwing a null pointer exception, and that is been catched by the catch clause. Okay, so now it has been printing, and finally you will give it as throw of E. So when this is thrown, that will be catched by this particular catch exception. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ ರೀಥ್ರೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ರೀಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳೋದು ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್, and that is when it is rethrown here, then that is been recaught here. Okay, that is recaught using catch statement. For that you are going to print this particular statement. Okay, so now when you come for this explanation of the program, so get 2 chances to deal. So main set up an exception and calls the demo proc. So demo proc method, the control transfers from main to demo proc. So demo proc, you are going to execute immediately. It throws an null pointer exception that you will be getting. The first statement what you will get is, first statement is caught inside demo proc. So where is this? It is going to throw this demo, and that is been caught, and that is where this has been printed. So yaವಾಗ ನಾವು demo proc you are going to learn, you are going to throw it. So that will throw this particular exception, and that is been catched here. When it is catched, you are going to have caught inside demo proc. So when you have caught inside demo proc, so that is been demo prop. That is the first statement what you are getting. Now again you are going to rethrow that particular exception. When after this caught inside, you are going to throw an exception. So that is been catched by this particular recatch statement. Now again you take it as recaught plus C. So that's why when you caught recaught, so this is record will be executed. As you take a no other statement, you tell it as exception java.lang.null pointer exception demo. So this illustrates how to create one of the Java exception object. So in order to create, you take it as throw new null pointer exception demo. Okay, so this up to here it's enough. So that means you have been thrown. How many times you are throwing? Once inside the try catch, and again after the catch block. Once inside the try and once out after the catch. So, so how many times you are throwing a same exception twice and you are catching the same exception twice. So that is recaught. So now you come for the next keyword. So that is the throws. Okay, so throws, you have to understand this one. If any method is capable of causing an exception that it does not handle, ಅದು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಏನೋ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಡೆಮೋ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಎನಿ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆರ್ ಎ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದ ಕಾಲರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೆಥಡ್, ಕಾಲರ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ who is the caller? Any user who executes that program is called as a caller. So callers of the method can guard themselves against the exception. Exam ಬರಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ನಾವು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೋದು. So that is using throws. So ಬರೀ ಥ್ರೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಥ್ರೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಬರೋದು ಥ್ರೋ. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಮೊದಲೇ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ನೇಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೇನೆ ಥ್ರೋಸ್ ಇಂಥ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬರೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೊದಲೇ ನೀವೇ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಅದೇನೋ ನಿಮಗೆ ಥ್ರೋ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದು ನೋಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. So at that time you do this by including a throws clause in methods declaration. Okay, the throw clause andre ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥ್ರೋಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಥ್ರೋ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, it is inside the try. Throws will come with a method name only. So when this particular ಈ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಕೋಡ್ ನಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಮೊದಲೇ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್, ಈ ಕೋಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮೆಥಡ್ ನೇಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಥ್ರೋಸ್ ಅಂತ ನೀವೇ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ throws. Okay, so throws class lists the types of exception that a method might throw. This is necessary for all exception except those of the error or runtime exception. So what is a general form? So everywhere you are telling inside the try you are getting throw, but where is throws? So where is the function name or a method name is there only you will give it as throw exception list. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೋಡ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಈ ತರ ಕೋಡ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಆವಾಗ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಥ್ರೋಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಮೊದಲೇ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಂದ್ರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. Okay, so that's why we are giving it as type method name throws exception list with the body of the method. So this is the syntax. So here exception list is a common separated list of exception that a method can throw. So come for the example, it contains an error and will not compile. Now you see this particular, you take it as a class throws. So you take it as a function name is throw1. So inside that you are taking throw1 and one function name ne throw1 anta ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. So inside throw1 throw new illegal. So where should be the throw? Throw should throw anta ತಗೊಂತಿರೋದು, throw should be inside the try block. Then only you will get an output for that. So throw will work only when there is a try block. So but here you are throwing simply a statement illegal access exception demo. So at that time when you run this particular throw1 function, you will get an error because you are throwing an exception which is not there inside the try block. Okay, so to make this example compile, you need to make two changes. Okay, so the program work agala. So in order to work, you need to make two changes. Declare that throw one through illegal access. So throw one throws ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಥ್ರೋ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಟ್ರೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಥ್ರೋ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೈ ತಗೊಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಥ್ರೋ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಎನ್ ಎರರ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಇಟ್ where you have to declare that throw one. So where is throw one? Throw one is here. Throws illegal access exception ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. So second, main must to define a try or catch statement that catches this exception. So now this is the corrected example. So throws demo and a throw one throws illegal exception ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಆವಾಗ ನೀನು ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಥ್ರೋನ ನೀನು ತಗೋಬಹುದು. Okay, so at that time there is no need of giving throw in try and all. You can directly guess that particular thing. So when you are supposed to give these throws, when you are aware that ಈ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಈ ತರ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೊದಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೀವು ಥ್ರೋ ಒನ್ ಥ್ರೋಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗಿವ್ ಥ್ರೋಸ್, so when you give throws, there is no mean that you again give throw here. Okay, understanding? So that's why we can tell it as when you are aware of that exception, then you can directly give using the method name. So method name is throw one, throws illegal access exception, and inside that you may give throw statement or you may not give throws. So as this method throws illegal access exception, so when you run this particular code in a main function, so when you run the particular code, what is the code? Throw one. ಅದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ರನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮೇನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ try. Inside try you are executing this throw. So keep in your mind, as this throw one will throw an exception, so this throw one should come inside the try only. ಏಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ನಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗೋ ಕೋಡನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, try ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. So try throw one, and when you give try there is a immediate catch. That catch will be given it as illegal access exception E, and that is been caught. When you run this particular program try of throw one, it will go here. So it is going to print inside throw one, it will throw an exception. The thrown exception demo, it has been catched here. So what is the thrown exception? Illegal access exception. That has been catched here as illegal access exception, and we are going to print the statement like this, caught plus E. So what is the caught? Caught is this particular caught system plus E is java.lang.illegal access exception demo. So now you come for the next important last keyword part of the exception, that is finally. So what is finally? So any code which is there after the try and catch block which does not create any error or exception, so then that particular code should be placed in finally. So for code within finally always executes whether an exception has occurred or not. Okay, so exception create ಆಗಲಿ ಆಗ್ದಲೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಟ್ರೈ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಚು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗ್ದಲೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಈ ಫೈನಲಿ ನೀವು ಏನೇನು ಕೋಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀರೋ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫೈನಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಡ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್, it will be executed after the try and catch block has completed. Okay, so it will execute whether an exception is thrown. If exception is thrown, the finally block will execute even if no catch statement matches the exception. So even when an exception is being thrown, ಆ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಥ್ರೋನ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, you will be having the code of the finally block to be executed. It will be useful for closing file handles, and this finally clause is very optional. Keep in your mind, you may have the finally clause or may not have, but however each try should have at least one catch or one finally. So it is very optional to tell you each try statement should be there with at least one catch or a finally clause. So if the finally block is associated with try, the final block will be executed after the conclusion of try. So ಇವಾಗ ಟ್ರೈ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರು ಫೈನಲಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಆ ಟ್ರೈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಫೈನಲಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಕೋಡ್ ರನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ವಿ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ as finally one.java. So now you come for the next concept. So next concept is Java built-in exception. So some of the exceptions are directly built in. So some of the exceptions are not built in. So which are those? So Java's built-in exception, they are called as an unchecked exception, and some are called as a checked exception. So Java defines several exception classes. The most general are subclasses of runtime exception, and they are not and need not be included in throws method. So which are ಯಾವ್ಯಾವನ್ನ ಥ್ರೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಲೇ ಇದ್ರೂ ಅದು ಜಾವಾ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ಅನ್ಚೆಕ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಆರ್ checked exception. Now we can see what are unchecked. They are called unchecked exception because the compiler do not check to see if the method handles or throws the exception. Checked exception must be included in methods throw list ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದು ಅನ್ಚೆಕ್ಡ್ ಯಾವುದು ಚೆಕ್ಡ್ ನಾವು ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ. ಸೊ ಅನ್ಚೆಕ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಅನ್ಚೆಕ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ is going to occur, then user has to specify the try and catch statements. Okay, so these are the unchecked exceptions. So till now we have seen only two unchecked exception. One is arithmetic exception and array index out of bound exception. These are the two unchecked exceptions that we have used in this particular exception concept. So similar to there, another, these are the unchecked exceptions. So for all these exceptions, you have to give your try and catch clause. But there are some checked exceptions that is supported by Java. So so following are the exceptions. So class not found, illegal access, interrupted exception, all these are exceptions that the Java will handle. There is no need to give try and catch statements for this type of exceptions. So checked exceptions does not require any try and catch clause, whereas unchecked exceptions require try and catch clause, and that will be should be given by the user. So but checked exceptions will be given by the Java exception handler. Okay, so you can create your own exception subclasses also. So as the Java built-in exceptions are also there, you can create your own exceptions, and this is quite easy. Which is and that exception what you are going to create should belong to the class throwable. Okay, so up to here is the exception concept. So very important concepts are nested try, multiple catch. Next you seen throws, and first topic, that is you are having uncaught exception and exception handling basics. So it's a very important chapter. So kindly go through. If you have any doubts, you can ask me anytime. Okay. So up to here will be the exception. So this completes this particular chapter 10, that is exception, as well as module 3, classes, inheritance and exceptions. So module 2 and module 3 is completed. Okay, so here I will be ending my session. So hope well that you understand the concepts. So, okay, thank you.